Alright, so vlog number 3 for the third week in a row. Talking about the Secret of Mana. This is my follow-up to last week when I bought Secret of Mana. And what can I say? Is it terrible? No, it's not. It's actually pretty decent. It's very, very close, but yet also very different than the original. What do I mean by this? It's very close to the original as far as game story. They obviously didn't change anything, which they shouldn't have. Things that are different, aside from the brand new graphics, is that they took things away from the game. Took things away that were cool about the game, that I remember liking as a kid from the game. Such as the part where when you travel by cannon, if you're not familiar with this, there are parts in the game so you don't have to freaking walk and walk and walk back and forth to places. There's these guys called the Cannon Brothers, and the Cannon Brothers shoot you out of a cannon to places you want to go. Well, the cool part in the Super Nintendo version was when it shoots you out of the cannon, you guys go up in little, like, you're all tucked up in like little cannonball formation, like you're in a circus, and you get to see the whole map of the game as you go up and then you fall down. Well, they took that away. They took it away and they replaced it with a loading screen. Granted, it's a very short loading screen, but it's still a loading screen. So they took some stuff away. What else have I noticed about it so far? I have also noticed that they've changed some of the story when it comes to what people said in the original and how situations were handled in the original. They changed some of the dialogue. They've also changed how some of the characters act to the dialogue. And they've also added a few things. Like when you spend the night in hotels, there's like this little cutscene, and it's a different one at least every time, of the three characters throwing back dialogue at each other about the situations that they're seeing and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. But at the same time, taking things away or changing things about the game that I remember, such as the part in the very beginning when you fall off the log and off the waterfall and you first discover the sword, your main character, I don't remember the main character's name, but your main character, he doesn't just like trip like a dumb fuck and fall off a waterfall. It's because he gets in a dispute with the fat bully kid, and the fat bully kid pretty much pushes him off the thing, and they don't go to help him, and he falls. So that's changed. Is it a huge deal? No, it's not really a huge deal. I guess if for people that never played it, they're never going to know the difference anyway. But for people like me, who grew up with Super Nintendo and grew up with Secret of Mana, you can see it right over, no, that's Chrono Trigger. Right over there. Look at it. My hair is white and gray. That means I'm definitely old enough. For people that didn't grow up the game, it's not going to matter to them. That story elements are changed a little. For a game that has remastered and upgraded graphics, it's a little strange that they kind of went in like a Bandai way with the game. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, if you look at Bandai's games when it comes to Digimon and things like that, where characters are talking and they went through the trouble of making a cutscene, but nobody's mouth is moving. It's a little strange. You're kind of like, why? Because you spent the money and you made the effort to make the scene, but you didn't want to make their mouths move? Cutting costs as much as possible, maybe? I don't know. What else? The thing that I've noticed about The Secret of Mana, even though it is still one of my favorite Super Nintendo games is when I was a kid, I have noticed that nostalgia plays a huge factor into what makes a good game. Secret of Mana is a good game, but Secret of Mana is repetitive as all fuck. Secret of Mana is you basically repeating the same formula over and over and over and over. And granted, I haven't played Secret of Mana all the way through in 20 years. I've played it here and there for a couple hours at a time every once in a while when I have time. But I haven't played through the entire game in a long fucking time. And I'm about, I don't know, maybe halfway through the game. I beat the Jabberwocky at the Upper Lands and doing all that shit. But I had to step away and take a break. I stepped away fully and took a break, went back to Bioshock Infinite to beat it on 1999 mode, which I did. But that's how much of a break I needed because Secret of Mana is so repetitive. The formula is you go to a dungeon, you fight a monster, and you rinse and repeat over and over and over and over. You go to the water castle, you do the thing with the seed over and over and over and over. You go to the blacksmith guy to have him upgrade the mana sword over and over and over and over. And it gets really, really boring after a little while. Where I had to actually put the game down for a while and go and actually play another game. Now, this doesn't make Secret of Mana bad. It just means that nostalgia plays a huge factor, and also time of you not remembering. I mean, when I was a kid, what else are you going to do? You're not going to know the difference, especially when you grew up in this time era of the Super Nintendo. You're not going to know the difference as a kid of a grinding, repetitive game. So you accept what you get. Kind of like Pokemon. Like, I loved Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, Crystal, Gold, Silver, Sapphire, Ruby, but those were all games that came out as a kid, and they were all the same thing, repeated over and over and over and over and over and over again. So, even though I love Secret of Mana, it's definitely a grind fest of doing essentially the same thing over again. The story is cool. I do love the story of the game, so whatever. Take that as you will. Is the game worth getting? The game is worth getting if you are either one, a brand new player to Secret of Mana and you really want to learn what it's about, or two, a collector or someone who grew up with Secret of Mana that really wants to play the game again and doesn't want to have to set up a Super Nintendo, or you somehow don't have your game anymore and you're looking to go buy a new copy, but you see how expensive Secret of Mana is and you're like, oh, I don't think it's worth it. And number three, if you are a parent and you're trying to get your kids into games that have basic RPG elements and basic turn-based strategy elements, even though it's more like Final Fantasy mixed with Zelda. So, whatever. So yeah, that's my vlog on Secret of Mana at this point. I'll eventually end up finishing it, but I don't think I'm going to finish it anytime soon. It's like I don't feel the pulling urge to keep playing the game right now. Right now, I'm thinking about like just branching off and getting another game to go beat on hard mode or very hard mode. Maybe getting the last two achievements of Alien Isolation that I still need, or something like that. Maybe go get Resident Evil 7, beat that, and then go back to Secret of Mana. So, yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts on Secret of Mana after near a week, almost a week of its release, and how I'm gonna probably not finish the game this week. And it's only for the reasons like I said. Don't get me wrong, still love Secret of Mana, still love it over there, and yeah guys, I did it. vlog 3, week 3. Sorry for the shaking thing. These vlogs I don't try to put very much effort into, as you can tell, and doing it on my phone. Anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Later.